What's up guys, my name is Adapt and in today's video we have something to discuss. So this is going to be a Foot Champs rant. I've been thinking about making this video, but this week was where Foot Champs was at its worst. I've never seen Foot Champs, the gameplay, the servers being as bad as it was this week. And it was just terrible to play in, guys. So in this video we are going to be going through the things in Foot Champs which literally just pissed me off, and the things that have been pissing a lot of people off in the community for this whole time Foot Champs has been happening. So guys, let's get into the video. So first of all, EA, 40 games? 40 games? What do they expect me to do? Just sit at home and play 40 games every single weekend? And this doesn't even stop near any special holidays like Christmas. Literally 40 games throughout Christmas. EA expect people to sit there when it's Christmas Day and literally just sit there playing FIFA for their weekend league. You guys have to realize, EA, if you're watching this video, I doubt you are, but if you are, a lot of us have lives. We've got other things to do, other priorities come in, and we can't just be sitting here every single weekend. Foot Champs, it's 40 games for 20 minutes. It's just ridiculous, guys. How long you have to sit there waiting and just playing FIFA when it's not fun. Foot Champions is not fun. There's so much sweat. I'm gonna get onto that later on in this video. But 40 games, EA should be doing, well, they should be giving us longer time, first of all. And second of all, we should have 40 games Foot Champs maybe twice a month, but not every single week. It's just getting ridiculous. And instead of having Foot Champions every week for 4 weeks and having the rewards we usually have, maybe they can increase the rewards and increase the prizes. Then it will make it even more competitive. But not even the pro players. Some of the pro players have even missed playing 40 games. Some of the YouTubers, they have to realize we've got other things to do. We just can't sit at home and play FIFA. So into our second point, we've got false DCs. This came around about 2, 3, maybe even 4 weeks ago. People, you can literally force your opponent to disconnect. And it's not only false DCs, it's the EA servers. I've played so many games this weekend and I'm usually getting, well, 0 to 1 disconnect a week. But this week I got 4 disconnects. 4 disconnects, EA. That is ridiculous. You've got people, the pros, the ones, on 39 wins. Imagine if you were going to get 40 wins and EA just disconnected you, and that's the loss that cost you. Literally, it's costing people a place at regionals, costing them a place at FIWC, and it's just ridiculous because things like that, people can be getting into the regionals, going to the events, and other people can be getting in which don't deserve it, and that's just not fair. EA, if you're really thinking about making this a competitive game mode, you need to think about your servers and the disconnects. Cheaters need to be banned. There's never been these problems on other games like COD and other competitive games. It's just getting ridiculous now. I've had 4 disconnects this week and it's literally cost me other ranks. I could have got elite this week, but I just did terrible. It's just ridiculous, guys. Well, with other things in the game, you can kind of control a bit, but when you're in the lead and EA just disconnect you, or you get disconnected from the server, something like that, then you cannot do anything to control that. And the most annoying thing I saw on Twitter, somebody was winning the game, they went to actually redeem their rewards, redeem the win, whatever. You guys go back to their menus, and when they were going back to their menus, when it was retrieving data from the server, it booted them off. It just said they had a disconnect loss, and that's just not fair. People are getting wins when they don't deserve to be winning. and it's just not fair, EA. Like, you need to sort it out, otherwise FIFA will never be taken seriously as a serious esport. So into point number 3, we've got the gameplay issues. This is the thing that pisses me off, not the most, but one of the most things that pisses me off in FUT Champions. EA, if you want to make your game balanced, if you want to make your game fair based on skill, you have to have consistent gameplay. I've been in so many games where I can have extremely quick gameplay and I can have very slow gameplay. Like in games, like the game's just been really quick and I've just enjoyed playing in that gameplay. When the gameplay's like that for 40 games, people actually have fun playing. But when you've got slow gameplay, the ball moving so slowly, and my players, like literally the input delay as well, I can move my player like to the left and then 3 seconds after it will actually function and my player would do it. Well, not maybe 3 seconds, probably about 1 or 2 seconds, but the delay, it has a massive impact on the gameplay. Literally, like even players, agile players, Ronaldo's so bad in that kind of gameplay because he's meant to be agile, he's meant to be doing them scoop turns which can beat defenders, meant to be doing that 5-star skill move, the Berber spin, but when there's input delay, I can't do any of that. And then when I'm pressing B, I'm literally spamming B in front of goal in a one-on-one, and then when my player actually goes to shoot, the other goalkeeper just nicks the ball off of him, and that should not be tolerated, guys, in this FIFA. Like, the gameplay should just be fair, and with this inconsistent gameplay, it isn't skill based. People are just getting lucky wins, and this game should be based on skill if you want to make it an esport, not on luck. So into our next point, we have the Park the Bus counter attack. The Park the Bus just, it should not be in the game. People, you can literally score 1 goal, score 2 goals, and just put every man behind the ball, and it's difficult to break down, guys. You cannot break it down. People can just second man contain, and the game defends for you. It takes no skill to defend. Yeah, just press RBNA and we'll do all the work for you. Don't worry about taking time to learn how to defend. Literally, like, there's no skill involved. Just hold this button and we will give you a helping hand. If people do that, literally, like, you should just be allowed to run through their team and score a goal, because that takes no skill and it's just ridiculous how OP it is. People just drag players back, put every man behind the ball, just lump it up to an attacker. They'll have 2 attackers up top. They'll just lump it up to players like Musa, players like Gray, dirty players like them, and then they'll just score disgusting counter-attack goals. People have done it as soon as the game starts. People have done it to me several times. As soon as the game starts, they put every man behind the ball, literally just play possession. I end up with the game 70% to 30% possession. My opponents have 70% possession because literally they just stay with the ball and pass it around their back. They do nothing with it. Like, it's not like they're playing possession where they're actually moving with the ball. They literally hold the ball, play possession, and see what they can do with it. And it's just ridiculous. People just play till penalties, and that should not be tolerated. And people just holding LT, abusing the mechanics, holding LT in the corner. Alright, if you hold LT in the corner, and that's a strategy many teams use in real life, in the 80th minute, not in the 10th minute. In the 80th minute, people do that, and usually 1, 2, 3 of the defenders come up to the player and nick the ball off of him. Literally, this is not the case in FIFA. You hold LT, one of the players comes, maybe even 2 of the players come if you hold RB, call the second man to come over, and literally one player can hold off. You can have another player coming from the right, a player coming from the left, but somehow the guy holding LT will still keep the ball. Like, you should, in real life, they would just nick the ball off of the player, and that's not the case in FIFA. That needs to be fixed. That is an OP mechanic, and anyone can do it. In this weekend league, somebody, he scored, he had 3 shots on target, and these weren't even clear-cut chances. They were just long shots from the most ridiculous angles, and Leno just let them in, just finesse shots. No power, no momentum, just stuck on the spot, pressed B, and the ball's literally gone right into the back of the net. And from that, this was the 30th minute, this guy decided he's going to park the bus. And if you do that, you're going to get a message. I am going to send you a message. I'm just not going to abuse you, but I'm just going to tell you how bad of a player you are, how your tactics are just disgusting, and how you shouldn't be allowed on this game. But guys, if FIFA's more than just a game to you, like literally, like when people do that, when they play like that, you start to question them in real life. You kind of think they're a bad person, and it's just frustrating. Like if you're doing it in the 80th minute, in the 85th minute, I can understand that. I can understand that you want to grind out the win, you don't want to lose. But when you're doing it in the 30th minute, when you're 1-0 up, 2-0 up, 3-0 up, it's just ridiculous. Like, I'm not doing anything to piss you off. I'm not doing anything to tell you, you know, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to win. I'm just, like, not playing like a cunt. I'm not slide tackling you. I'm not doing things like that. Just time wasting and stuff. I understand. Like, if you want to time waste, then okay, but if I'm playing like a normal player, I'm just trying to play FIFA. I'm just a kid trying to play FIFA. But when you're doing that, it's just not fun, and it's not fair. And EA really need to fix this. Like, these players, something needs to be done to them. And now that you can't look at your opponent's gamer tag, you can't even make a spreadsheet where you can like literally list all the gamer tags of all the people you should avoid playing. So that is kind of, well, that's kind of a bad thing of, you know, stopping seeing your opponent's club name and stuff. They should have literally just stopped the established date. That's why people are backing out, not because of the club name or whatever. So now we need to address another issue. Now this came about around about this week. This is the first time I've seen it. There's a glitch where basically the game just fucks up. You have a free kick or whatever, and you take the free kick, and literally your players are stuck in that animation of the free kick taker. Your opponent goes to the opposite side of the goal, of the pitch, and they manage to score a goal. Now that is just bullshit. Literally, you cannot control your players. It's like the game just makes your players stand still, and it's just not fair. We also have that where people are literally gifted goals, and you also have the speed up lag. Like, there's been games where I've been playing someone from the same country as me, from the UK, from my region, and we're just playing a game, the gameplay's fine, and then all of a sudden I pass the ball back to my goalkeeper, and it just speeds up, and the ball goes into the back of my net. That should not be happening, EA. That should not be happening. Why is that happening? Literally, you're gifting goals. The game's just speeding up. I can't do anything. I can't control my players. I have no choice. Literally, I've seen clips on Twitter where people are literally running it into the back of their own net because of the speed up lag. That's how ridiculous this speed up lag is. And it needs to be stopped, because people are literally getting goals and they're not working for it. And now we have another point. Now this is going to be the kickoff glitch and the corner tactics. I score a goal and somebody has a kickoff. He literally runs through my defense, has a clean cut chance, and puts the ball into the back of the net. Now what is that, EA? Why are my players not running to the player when I'm directing him to? And why are they lunging in? The lunging mechanic is another big flaw. And it needs to be stopped, guys. It's ridiculous. And then we have the corner tactic where somebody plays a driven like cross into the front post. He heads it back, and then he literally has a free header on goal. Now what is that? I've just scored a goal which takes skill, which I've had to do a lot of build up play, which I've had to work for. And then somebody's just scored a corner from the dirty corner tactic, which I can do nothing about. It just needs to be stopped, guys, and it's just getting ridiculous. So guys, that has been it for this video. That has been all the points I've needed to make so far. I'm not sure if I've missed any out. Tell me in the comment section down below if I have. Tell me if you agree with me. Tell me if you disagree with me in the comment section down below. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, as I'm very active on there. And make sure you subscribe to me, because the support really helps me out. It really motivates me to bring out more videos for you guys, more FUT Champs videos. It motivates me to grind out the 40 games every single weekend, because I do it for you guys mostly. That's why, because I want to show you guys the best packs and show you guys how I can actually do in the FUT Champions. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave it a like, make sure you follow me on Twitter. If you didn't like this video, leave a dislike, tell me why in the comment section down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. I will see you guys later. Peace.